All right, arrived safe. Neighbor racing. Got Sean here, my ride home. Got the man, the myth, the legend, safe neighbor here. Gonna take care of the car for me. Safe, first, I just want to say I'm so thankful, first for helping out Justin, getting me the ECU and stuff on time. Thank you so much for getting me in and getting her on the dyno and getting it tuned, man. I words can't say enough, and I know you haven't started working on it to get it tuned yet, but I just preliminarily thank you so much for helping me out, man. Yeah. You've done phenomenal work on the car, and I'm glad it's in your hands.
No problem. We'll get it taken care of.
Awesome.
Make some jam here soon.
That'd be great. Well, I'm going to leave the camera with Safe, and he's going to get stuff from here, and yeah, we'll see what kind of magic we can do. Oh man. So, it's been a long time since we dropped it off. It's been here at Neighbor Racing from Safe. Try and get everything dialed in. And I appreciate again the patience once more. When we dropped it off, we had fuel system problems. We didn't know what was happening. As soon as I dropped it off, within hours, Safe had everything already pulled apart and he had found the problem. The problem was that the E85 had corroded the inside of the factory 95 Camaro tank, and by corroding it, it was leaving a residue that was basically clogging not only the fuel filters but also the socks and the fuel hats, and running it enough, it actually clogged up a couple of the injectors too. So we were lucky enough that we didn't push it too hard, you know, keeping it safe and everything stayed safe while we had it here. So Safe had found that. He ran some more through it, got some more clogged, so eventually what it is was he chemically washed everything between the tank, the lines, took out the injectors, cleaned all the injectors. Again, more time, effort with all that stuff, letting it all dry out and get chemically safe for the E85 tune. Once he got that, he started tuning it some more. He took it out right here on his streets here to do a quick traction control on hit with it, just low, and he thought the tires would spin. Well, ended up there's a really, really loud bang, metal on metal, like the worst kind of sound any tuner or car driver could ever hear. And he thought initially it was the rear end. He's like, dude, I'm sorry, but the rear may have gone. And my heart sank a little bit. It's not a cheap part to replace or fix. But I was like, hey, it is what it is. Let's get it figured out. Well, the next day he got it up on a lift and he found that the torque arm had actually snapped. There was about a 1/4 inch left in the torque arm, what was holding on to the rear, and that just a little bit of metal ended up breaking. So we fixed that, got it back in the car, and he was working on it some more. What other issue did he have? The catch can took him a little bit of time. He's just been working on it, and he's been busy with other obvious projects too that he's got here in the shop. So I know it's been a while, but at the same time, you can't force good work. You know, Blake has done a phenomenal job. He's a busy guy too, and you know, we're just at the mercy of, when you get good people, you just got to be patient. That's the reality of it, and Safe has definitely done the car right. So we have done a lot of pulls at this point. I think the last dyno it made was 1140 at the wheels, and that was not turned up all the way. Today I'm here picking it up. Everything is done. Catch can's been moved. Everything is perfect on the car. We got anti-lag put in the car. We've got the traction control built into the car, all the tune is sound, the car's running good. Oh, I remember what the other problem was. The other problem was the cam seal started leaking again in the valve train, so I started getting some of that oil in the front timing chain cover again. So he had to replace all that and tear it back down. So it's been a long road Safe's had with it. But it's finally here. We're finally ready to turn it all the way up and see what the car will do. I've got the back open because we still need to adjust my my fuel level sensor for the fuel gauge. So we're gonna do that real quick, and then we're gonna hit the dyno. I will apologize in advance. I don't know what it's gonna do today, and I don't mean that from the standpoint of I don't know what number it's gonna make, but I don't know if it's gonna show. Safe said he's had some problems with the dyno showing accuracy, like that Audi TT that's sitting up there now. That was all-wheel drive on the dyno. He doesn't know if it's an all-wheel drive thing or the dyno itself, but that should make like 300-400 horsepower, and it showed like 1,400 horsepower, so the numbers are way off. So if I don't get a good number today, I apologize. I'm gonna have to push it back to getting it on a dyno at home, but it's gonna be finally tuned today, and I'm gonna take it home with Sean here on a trailer. I just picked up a homemade trailer over there, so hopefully that works out to drive it home, because there are some thunderstorms back where I live in Indiana that are expected to hit, and I'd rather not drive it home fresh from being done with that to deal with. So we're gonna strap it down after we get the fuel stuff taken care of and see what it can make today. Maybe we'll get a final number, maybe we won't. Safe just threw me the keys. Sean and I took it out for a ride. It's got the 1 to 12 setting. I put it on setting 1 because I don't want to do bad things right off the bat. Sean, why don't you give your perspective on how it did on the 1 setting?
I don't want to talk about it. Just don't want to talk about it. Nope.
Sean's kind of fired up. He was hoping that he would have some kind of chance racing in the Vet, that I would have spinning problems and stuff like that. But
selling my pile.
It ends up that it hooks up really, really well, and it does really, really good.
It's nuts. It's freaking nuts.
So more video on that to come with everything, and yeah, we're gonna get working on stuff and see where we're at. It's all strapped down. So Safe, are we gonna turn it all the way up then?
Yeah.
All right.
All the way up.
Give it all the boost. We'll see what happens. Like I said earlier, he's got some funky stuff with the dyno. Maybe we'll get at least a good horsepower reading. Probably not torque. We'll see what we can do. Forever issues. So we found that the clamp on the throttle body a little bit loose. So Safe seeing if he's got another one. He's pulling from his own car to see if we can give it a shot and try it. If not, we may have to stall for a better solution. In typical call 911 2J Z28 fashion, it's not done. All because this guy is just too loose, and it's a design flaw that, you know what, it wasn't that way when it was, but it got tweaked somehow, and it's just, there's a better way to do it. So I think Safe, Sean, and I have come up with a good plan of just putting a silicone coupler on here and sealing it up that way. That'll give us a little more clearance. I know you can't see, but the power steering down there has already been clearance. There's just no room in there, but with how loose this is too, this could potentially leave more on the table for boost leaking out of it. There's a little bit of lag in between shifting that could fix that too. So potentially good things could come out of it. Unfortunately, we got to leave it here for more time to get it fixed, but it's in the right hands, and I know when we come back, Safe will have it all dialed in. So until next time, unfortunately. Okay, so driving home, empty trailer, no Camaro.
Turn left.
But you know what? It's okay, because patience, right? That's what this whole thing is all about, patience. And if you notice, I've still got a smile on my face. Things are good. If you look at Sean, Sean's got a smile on his face too.
Yes, I do.
Now I will admit that's probably more to the fact that we had to take it for a test spin before we tried all this madness, and I put it, so it's got 12 settings of power. We put it on number 1 to start with, and at number 1, thing ripped.
Still don't want to talk about it.
That thing is a legit monster.
It's incredible.
I can't get over how, not only did it rip, but it hooked. It completely hooked.
Yes.
That thing is a rocket ship. And that is going to be a whole lot of fun to drive. There are so many good things coming. So we're just going to leave it with safe. I'm hoping in a week we can go get back up and we're on the dyno and give it all the boost and see what it makes for the power. I'm sorry that we didn't get a finalized number today. I know this whole thing drawn out. I know some people have probably just turned off the channel like I give up. You know, you teased me with this whole dyno thing 2 months ago and then another month ago, and now today it's just, you know, it's the patience of it. But I promise you this, it will make good things. I have no doubt right now it's going to throw down well more than 1,200 at the tire. The last pull we did was, I think we're at 36-ish pounds of boost, and it did 1140 on tuning. So we've got, it should do 40 pounds no problem, and if we're lucky, if I turn it up all the way, 40 plus, and I mean, everything's built to take it, so we're going to give it everything the turbo has.
Well, you were doing that all with that leaking coupler too.
I know, that's the crazy thing. So if that coupler was leaking boost like we think it is, I mean, shoot, there may be quite a bit more in there. I don't know, it may clear 1,300 at the tire. I have no idea. All the bets are in on the original Let's Make Boost video where everybody guessed the real horsepower. I've still got the list. I'm still going to give a prize to the winner there that's closest. But anybody who said you know, 1,100 horsepower at the tires or less, well, sorry, you guys are out of it already. It's going to be north of 1,200, and there's only a handful of people that had their guesses north of that. So we'll find out next week. Sean, you got anything you want to add to it?
It's freaking wicked. It's you know, I've got a car that makes 800 at the wheels right now. Oh, I don't want to be on camera.
Oh.
Well, anyways, my Corvette makes about 800 at the wheels right now, and this, for supposedly near the same power level at the level 1 setting, it just felt ridiculously faster. It's got a shorter but far more aggressive power band, and it was an absolute hoot to sit in the driver's seat against. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, someone's going to cause an accident.
That's all though. It's going to be wicked, and it's going to be something, that's for sure.
All right. Well, hey, thanks for your patience, everybody that's dredging this through me. I promise at some point in time, I don't know when, maybe next year at this point, you will see a real horsepower number from this thing. It will be worth the wait. It will be awesome. I don't know when it's going to happen. With some luck, maybe next week. So thanks for your patience. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.